Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Matthew chapter 1 verse 23. Behold, lo, be perceiving, see there, look, a virgin in her belly womb shall produce, shall bear a child, shall be taking, and bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which is translated, God with us the God. Matthew uses the Greek word parthenos, which means virgin. Isaiah's prophecy uses the Hebrew word alma, which implies to a young woman, but always has a virgin in mind, like in Genesis chapter 24 verse 43 in reference to Rebekah. Genesis chapter 24 verse 43. Behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin, Alma, comes out to draw water, and I say to her, Please give me a little water from your pitcher to drink. The word that is used for virgin in Hebrew is Bethulah in the mind of many modern scholars, which while it can mean virgin, but in one occasion, it is used for a widow in Joel chapter 1 verse 8. Joel chapter 1 verse 8. Lament like a virgin, Bethulah, girded with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. When the translators of the Septuagint translated the book of Isaiah, they used the Greek word parthenos bekasu. They knew this prophecy had a virgin in mind because a regular birth is no sign. Modern scholars take Isaiah's son as a fulfillment of this prophecy, which makes no sense, so in their mind, Isaiah fulfills his own prophecy. Isaiah chapter 8 verses 1 to 4. Moreover the Lord said to me, Take a large scroll, and write on it with a man's pen concerning Mar-Shalal-Hash-Baz. And I will take for myself faithful witnesses to record, Uriah the priest and Zechariah the son of Jeberechiah. Then I went to the prophetess, and she conceived and bore a son. Then the Lord said to me, Call his name Mar-Shalal-Hash-Baz. For before the child shall have knowledge to cry, My father and my mother, the riches of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria will be taken away before the king of Assyria. The sign could not be for Ahaz, since he rejected it. Isaiah chapter 7 verses 11 to 13. Ask a sign for yourself from the Lord your God. Ask it either in the depth or in the height above. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, nor will I test the Lord. Then he said, Hear now, O house of David. Is it a small thing for you to weary men, but will you weary my God also? Now there are some that take the birth of Isaiah's son as a fulfillment of this prophecy, and the birth of Christ as a ultimate fulfillment. I believe the first to come with that theory was Albert Barnes in his commentary. God only could know this, and therefore, this was a proof of the certainty of what Isaiah had said. But though this is the obvious meaning, and though such an event only could be a sign to Ahaz that the land would be forsaken of both the invading kings, yet there is no reason to doubt that the prophet so couched what he said, so expressed this by the direction of the Holy Spirit, as to be applicable also to another much more important event, which was to be also, and in a much more important sense, a sign of the protection of God, the birth of the Messiah. He therefore selected words which, while they were applicable to the event immediately to occur, would also cover much larger ground, and be descriptive of more important events, and events which were, in the same line and direction, with that immediately to come to pass, the certainty of the divine protection and of ultimate freedom from all danger. Which may have its good points, for we see it agrees with the history of the passage, speaking about Syria, and doesn't deny the virgin birth of Christ, although it's an interesting theory, but I disagree. This is why. 1. Because Ahaz clearly rejected the sign, so why should it be given to him? 2. A prophet fulfilling his own signs is not a sign and won't impress anyone. 3. When Matthew quoting it doesn't see it as a double fulfillment, as to tell us this was fulfilled at one time, and is fulfilled again to a greater length in Jesus.